a demon in my head. How could he be a Super Saiyan when I, the Prince of all Saiyans, could not?
Hey yo, what's up baby? Welcome back to the Pac-Man special. Waka Waka, we're back at it again with another deck profile for you. Today we're gonna have Vegeta, aka Ramp Vegeta SS4. Very great blue deck to have. It comes in and out of the meta based on what's going on, obviously. But before we dive into the deck profile, shout out to Hermit Style, best team out there to be on. We have our podcast that comes out weekly. Shout out to Jimmy for getting that info out to us and having all the cool guests on there. Shout out to the Discord and everyone in it. You guys make that place so great for us to play in and be a part of it. It's such a great community. So if you're not part of the Discord, make sure you jump in there. For all you new players and need somewhere to play, get in there. We're all able to help you guys get better, especially if you want to be a casual player or a competitive player. We can get you on the right track and get you with the right people. Secondly, we have the shout out to ProMats. ProMats made this beautiful Hermit style mat. As you can see, they have some other mats on there that are really dope, so go ahead and check them out, get with them. You can get yourself a custom mat or one of the mats he has already made. So but pretty much we're gonna go ahead and break this deck down. I will be going over all the cards, especially for the new players, so that's something that doesn't really happen too much with a lot of the content creators that we have out there, even though we have some really great ones and I aspire to be just like them. So let's go ahead and dive into this. This is Vegeta. Once per turn when you attack, or should I say when this card attacks, it draws a card. So if you have a way to restand him on his front side, he'll draw multiple times. Auto once per turn, when this card deals a damage, you look at the top card of your deck. If it's a mono blue card, you can place it in your energy and rest mode. If not, you leave it on the top of your deck. 99.9% of the time, that card's going in your energy, and then when your life is at 4 or less, you flip this card over and draw one card. If it could untap one blue energy, that would have been great too, but I can understand why since we're ramping so much. Now, on the Awaken side, you become SS4 Vegeta, the Ultimate Evolution. Once per turn when this card attacks, you draw a card. Once per turn when your opponent activates a counter, this leader restands. And once per turn when this card deals a damage, you look at the top card of your deck, place it in your energy and rest mode as well. So, beautiful card. I did get the stamp one, so something that's really dope. But definitely make sure you guys dive into it. Very simple blue leader to operate. So diving into the deck, I am at a 52 card list. I don't have a side deck prepared because I change it like weekly. I did go to my locals and play this deck as well as play it in the upper hand tournament, and I've went 9-0 since I started playing the deck. So it's very consistent the way I have it for my playstyle. First card we have is Isekai Keeping Watch, Blues Kawitsukai. In my opinion, auto once per turn. Well, auto when you play this card, you draw a card, so it's a cantrip, so it replaces itself. And then auto once per, not once per turn, but you can, if your opponent plays a card, battle card on your turn, they have to bottom deck a card out of their hand. So it helps keep, their hand intact. And if they stick, she can cause a lot of damage to their hand. Super combos. We went with a 2-2 split between Zeno Edge of Space and Vegeta Disciplined Warrior. With Zeno, it's a cantrip as well, so you can play it for 1 and draw a card. And then if your life is at 5 or less when you use this card in a combo on your opponent's turn, you can take a card in your energy, add it to your hand, and then place a card back in your energy. And that card will be in active mode because it just says put it in your energy. It doesn't say put it in rest mode. So it basically helps you get whatever you ramp into your energy off your leader effect if you need that card in your hand for future plays. And it also helps you know what to charge. Like if you draw into your big bombs early on, you can charge those and get them back later. The second super combo we have is Vegeta Disciplined Warrior. When this card is combo, when you have 4 or less life, you bottom deck a card and draw 2. So pretty simple when it comes to the super combo choices that I have here. My favorite card in the deck by far is SS Vegeta, the Interceptor. It's a 3-cost, dual attack. It has a counter where it says play this card, and then you can auto when this card is played, you'll bottom deck 2 of your opponent's battle cards. No specified cost, no nothing. It's a really good card, super awesome to drop down when you have 3 energy. The 5-drop bombs, we have Baby Golden Avenger and Kale Rampaging Demon. Baby Golden Avenger, unique, triple strike. When this card is played on the counterplay, it says play this card, and then the battle card being played, it has an energy cost 7 or less, is returned to the owner's hand instead of being played. Or you can use it as a counter where you negate the counter skill and play this card, and then when this card is played, draw one card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of the deck. So this card is to help you close out games. This card is to help you clear board. So kill Rampaging Demon, she's deflect, double strike, auto. When this card is played without using skills, you choose one. So you want to hard cast this for 5. First effect that you can choose is choose all your opponent's battle cards with the energy cost of 3 or more and place them at the bottom of the owner's deck, and then place the top card of your deck underneath your leader if your leader is Kale. But since we're not Kale, it really doesn't matter about that effect. But the second effect is the broken one. So when we have 7 energy, you choose all your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and place them at the bottom of the owner's deck, and then this card gains barrier and dual attack. So she gets all the keyword skills that you want on a card. So that allows you to swing twice for double strike for the turn, and she has barrier, so they're not gonna be able to really kill her at that point. So now once you pass, she does lose the barrier and she does lose the dual attack. So she'll just be basically a 5k, not a 5k, a 30k double strike moving forward unless you play her again. So these are 2 super cool 5 drops that you have in the deck. My 6 drops, we got 2 of them. The first one is SSG, or Super Saiyan God Son Goku, Miraculous Transformation. This card has deflect, unique, triple strike, and barrier. Counter attack, negate the attack and play this card in rest mode. So if you have 3, your opponent has 3 energy, you'll be able to negate the attack for 3 and play it. Even though it's a 6 cost, the permanent that's on it, it's going to reduce this by 1 for every energy your opponent has. So we want to use this when we have 3 energy, and more than likely when we have 3 energy, they have 3 energy. So we'll go ahead and, you know, counter that. Boom, it's negated, plays in rest mode. And then when this card is in rest mode, your opponent's battle cards can't attack your leader card. They have to swing here first. So it's also considered like a deadly defender card. So this one here, this Vegeta is SS4 Vegeta Rise to Super Warrior. Of the Super Warrior, sorry, it has blocker. But the cool thing about this can either be a draw 4 or a ramp 4 or a combination of both. So auto, when this card is played, you'll look at the top 4 cards of your deck, and if they're mono blue among them, you can either add them to your hand and you place the remaining in your mono blue cards in your energy, and any other cards go to the bottom of the deck. We're only running blue cards in this deck, so we can have the option to add those to hand or place them in energy. There's been several times where I've just placed them in energy, or it'll help me dig for my secret rare or a card that I need for the next turn, and then I place whatever I need in my energy. Turn 6, you want to see this. This is a card I could see I can bump myself up to 3 possibly, and getting that way I can always see it. But so far at 52, I pretty much see everything that I need because of the cantrips that we have. Another finisher we have for the deck is Android 17, Turning the Tide. Deflect critical. When this card is played, both players choose all their cards in their hand, place them in their deck, and then my opponent will place all his battle cards in their drop area in his deck as well. So we do clear everything. The smart way to play this is to play it before you swing with your leader or your Unison, and I'll show you the Unison we have. That way you can at least draw 2 cards and you can have some type of hand advantage moving forward over your opponent. Secret rare of choice, Baby Hatch. It's pretty simple. We're playing blue. It's the best SCR to play in the deck. Did think about playing Super Pycon. If you want a budget blue secret rare, Super Pycon is not a bad option to have as far as a blue secret rare. You can go with a black secret rare in here, but just know if you ramp it, you kind of turn off some things, and you need to hope to see Zeno to get it out so you can then use this super combo. My Unison package, and we'll do all 3 of these at the same time. We have the SS2 Trunks Heroic Prospect. We have 3 of the SS Trunks God Sealing Technique, and then we run a full slate of 4 Majin Buu Unisons. Okay, with SS2 Trunks Heroic Prospect, if I have a Unison in play, I can reduce this card's cost by 2 during my opponent's turn. So basically it's a 1-drop negate that gives me a 15k body, and then when this card is played, if my opponent is attacking with battle cards greater than their energy, they have to place 2 cards in their hand at the bottom of the deck. So it's a semi floodgate. They can still swing through it, but if they want to take the Heroic Prospect challenge, they can. God Sealing Technique, super cool. It is another 5-drop. You can pay 5 for this. A lot of people forget that I can pay 5 for this and still get the counterplay effect. It says counterplay, you can't activate any counterplay skills for the turn. So once I use this, I can't use it anymore. And then it says you may discard this card from your hand. If you do, the battle card being played is returned to the owner's hand if you don't play this card. So you can pay 5 for it and pitch it, or you can just pitch it when you have a Unison in play, because you can use this card for free when you have a blue battle card, blue Unison with 2 or more markers on it. You can activate this counter skill for free from your hand without paying its cost. So that's something that's really cool. Majin Buu Assault of Agent of Destruction, 4-cost Unison double strike blocker, +0, activate main, which is a draw 1, and at the start of your opponent's turn, this card can go from rest mode to active mode. That way you can block with it, and you untap 1 blue. And then the auto, which is you're going to use on your opponent's turn, is when your opponent attacks with a battle card, you may choose one of their battle cards and send it to the bottom of the deck. Now, cool thing here is they swing with a battle card. If they have another one, I can then -1 bottom deck it and then block to stop this that attack. So kind of stops 2 attacks, which is really good. So that's pretty much the battle card lineup there and the Unison package. So these are the core. My favorite card here, and I always want to see this turn 3, is Vegeta the Interceptor. Super dope card. Now, as far as making sure we can ramp, we're gonna have our extra card package. We must see this card turn 1 every single time. Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, Goku's Kamehameha. It gives your leader activate battle for 1 energy. It gives it 15k if all my energy is blue, and my leader is blue. So I get the 15k. So on my front side, I'm swinging 25. On my awakened side, I am swinging for 30. And then on my turn, I draw a card, so it replaces itself. Now, if I need to use this defensively, I basically use it for free. So if I have 1 energy up, they swing at me, I can pay it, tap 1 energy to play it, then untap that energy to finish. So we never really want to use this defensively unless we absolutely have to. The second card that came out in the Realm of the God set is Realm of the Gods Beerus Destroys. With this one is an activate battle. If all my leader card is blue and all my energy is blue, I can choose one of my cards and it gets 1000 power. And the reason why I like this card is because I can pair it with my Unison if I need to on the attacking swing to make my Unison a 30k double strike. But mainly I'm gonna use this on my leader if I don't see that. Now you get to choose one of the 2 effects. If it's my turn, I can choose one of my opponent's battle cards greater than their energy and place it at the bottom of the deck. If it's my opponent's turn, I draw 1 and then I choose up to 1 of their battle cards with the energy cost of 2 or less and put it at the bottom of the deck. So this gets rid of a lot of stuff when they're swinging with like low to the ground stuff. So Xeno Gogeta doesn't like to see this card, especially on defense. Now I kind of use this one offensively and this one defensively, but if I don't see this early on, I'm looking for this. So one of these 8 targets need to be in your hand on turn 1. That way you can secure your ramp. Another card that can help us get there is Sensu Bean. Playing a blue deck, we always want to run 4 Sensu Beans. I think it's the right way no matter what. Pay 1, untap 2. And that chosen card gets 5k power or 5,000 power for the turn. So on my unawakened side, I'm a 15k. On my awakened side, I'm a 20k, and that sticks for the turn. A couple of other negates that we have is 4 Dimension Magic, and then 2 Chill's Army Reinforcements. These are cards that just help us get there. The Sparking 5, if I have 5 cards in a drop, I can activate this counter attack, negate the attack, and then restand 2 blue energy. So if I'm tapped out and I have 5 cards in my drop, pay 1 for nothing at all, I can just take a life, untap 2, and now I have 2 energy up to do whatever I need to defensively. And this is just in case they stall us and don't help us awaken. We can use Chill's Army to take our own life when we're at 5 or less life to get us to that 4, and this basically stops 2 attacks. It's a counter attack, and it produces 1 blocker. Unfortunately, the blue blocker doesn't have combo power. It's just a 10k, so if they swing at it, it just, you know, a 10k body that you'll have, and you can combo with it on like with another card to buff it up to make it a 15 to deal damage. One of my favorite tech cards in the deck is Dirty Burst. Dirty Burst is super dope against the U7 deck right now. I did have an extra one in my side deck. This may go up to 2, and I may cut down on something else just so I can always see it. But basically, this is a 2 cost. So you pay 1 to do the counter play. You can use it as a negate for a counter attack, but if I use it as a counter pay, I pay the 1 for it and then an additional 1. I'll draw a card, and then my opponent can't attack with battle cards 7 costs or more for the turn. So that's something that's really dope. You want to see this in that matchup, especially after turn 4. And then the final card we have is Tragedy Overground. This helps us lock in those rough matchups when our opponent is going tall with bigger battle cards, kind of like what we do. So Tragedy Overground will actually hurt this deck because everything is above the requirements that we have. So Tragedy Overground is a field card you can pay 9 for, and the permanent is this card can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's battle card skills. And then it says permanent, when you play this card, when your opponent plays a battle card with an energy cost of 4 or more, place it in their owner's energy in rest mode instead. So basically they have to attack you with 3 costs or less. So if I got Tragedy Overground, my only win cons would be these cards here, and half the time I would have burned through these. If they got to turn 9, these would not be relevant. Maybe the Interceptor will, but these would probably be used by now. And then we do have the Trunks as well. That's a 1 cost. So a way to kind of get around, we can probably pump this out as well if they attack, because it becomes a 3 cost, and I can just drop this for 3, boom, and then it's out there. So that could be another way to get around Tragedy. And then it says auto, when this card is activated, choose all your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in the energy. So you can clear their board with this, so just be careful. You want to use this in a timely manner. If I see this card turn 1, it's instant charge. They know it's there, and then they're on a ticking time bomb because they know I'm running Zeno and I can get it back. But this deck is fun, super dope. If you want to know my matchups, they'll be pinned in the description. Actually, I'll pin it to the comment so that way you can see. But the matchups were pretty simple, nothing too crazy. Beat a couple of meta relevant decks, and you know, kind of survive. It's a good grindy deck. The more I play it, the better I get at it, and that's pretty much with any deck. So definitely give the deck a try. You guys would super enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think, any changes you guys would make, if you would go up or down on the card count, and we'll go from there. But it's a super dope deck. Might be the best blue deck, like I said. But yeah, check us out. Let me know what you think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get this channel rocking and rolling. We're almost at 300 subscribers. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway, so help me get there. Like, share the video, and let's get this thing rolling, you know. More content coming soon. Gonna try to get some local gameplay in there, see if my friends are down to record their games to where, you know, we can post them for the channel. I got something super spicy coming for the next deck profile that I'm taking to locals this weekend, and I can't wait to play it. I've been testing it, and it seems to be a really good deck. So very slept on deck at that, but you know, we are here. Thank you guys for coming back to the Pac-Man special. I hope everyone is having a blessed day, and if anybody's got a problem with you, make sure you do what I tell them. Tell them to kiss your ears. Peace, love, happiness. Gone.